Another solid reason why women don't deserve rights. In other news, MIT, a mixed society of the Discord server and Little Mac Live's Twitch, has officially been banned. And today of all days is his court hearing. So it turns out we actually have a camera inside of the courthouse to view that trial taking place to determine what MIT's punishment will be. Mac, take it over.
Yes, we've all brought you here today to not celebrate, but all endure court together as we go along with the court case of Mr. Mitt versus Little Land. It's gonna be a great time. We have some guests to welcome here today. Turtle, hello Turtle, you are the prosecution. Say hello.
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 Hey, what's up?
You know, he went through great length of research, studying. He even went to law school in order to show up today and be able to do this court case. Turtle, how's your day going though, all together?
It's going great. It's going great. How's yours?
You know, I can't complain. It's going pretty good. Having to get dressed up for court today though was not a joyous experience. It's already super hot in here. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. And on the defense side, of course, you know him as Mitt's #1 best friend in the entire world. Not actually, but Goon is the defense attorney today. English is hard. Goon, say hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, Goon?
Oh, I'm doing very good.
Good. How's your confidence
I'm about
level?
To win this case.
You think you're about to win this case?
My confidence? Yes,
Yeah.
my confidence. It's I'll plead the fifth.
Okay, Goon, here's the thing. You're not the person supposed to be pleading the fifth. That's Mitt. You know, the guy that's on trial. Actually, you're the lawyer. I need you to like be honest and straight up with everything that you say today. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And of course, we have our beloved jury over here on my left and your right. Stars is one of our jury members today, and of course you know him. He's your favorite, Mr. CJ, there to have a completely unbiased opinion on this court case and a completely unbiased you know, they're just not biased. You're just not biased. Okay, bear with me. They're unbiased. Okay, and they will be our jury today. And of course, we must do it. We must introduce our defendant. You know him as Mitt the Banished. Mitt, this is your one chance to say hello. Say hello, Mitt.
Hey.
That is the voice of Mitt. All right, go and remute. Remute now. That's all needed. Okay, that is in fact Mitt. He is in call today. He is the one we are judging. As you might say, because I'm a judge, a little judge reference. Call this Judge Judy, but what would it be? It'd be like Mr. Judge Mac. It just doesn't have a ring to it.
Hey, it's me from the video you're watching. I'm currently editing the VOD, and I just want to say that this case is filled with the craziest turns and twists. It's actually bizarre. It's wild. Even having been there and re-watching it, I'm just dying of laughter just seeing the way the tables turn, new evidence being dropped, fights breaking out, and witnesses being discovered as plants and spies. It's actually a wild ride. And you know what? I encourage you to roleplay the jury here. You probably aren't subscribed because 99% of my viewers are not subscribed, which you should do that, but you have no bias. Listen to the drama. Hear the evidence. Try to empathize with the witnesses. And at the end, let me know which way you'd vote in the comments down below. Would you let him free? Or would you ban him forever? Like the video, and please enjoy.
I put a lot of effort into this trial, y'all. Listen, we put so much time. Turtle has put hours of work into this. Goon has put like 20 minutes of work into this. I put hours of work into this.
Hey.
And Mitt himself has clearly, with all the evidence we have today against Mitt, has put plenty of time into this trial himself, not even knowing it. Turtle, if you would please,
Yay.
please go ahead and explain the accusations against Mr. Mitt today.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here today to bring justice to the fine citizens of our Minecraft server, a once peaceful land now tainted by the relentless chaos of one man, Mr. Mitt. The evidence against this man you will soon see is definitive and abundant. The charges brought against him are as follows. 1. Breaking every rule on the precious Discord server known as Little Land. 2. Ban evasion through a fake account. And most importantly, being annoying.
Yes.
Objection.
You can't just Goon. You can't just say objection. What are you, Goon? What are you objecting? What are you objecting?
That's totally opinion based. That's not a fact.
What about that is not a fact?
Are you agreeing with him?
I'm not agreeing with him. I just want to know where you're at in this.
Someone being annoying is not a fact. It's an opinion.
I'll let it stand.
Proof?
I'll let it stand. All right, Goon.
Exactly.
Goon, now it is your turn to explain what your plea is and what you're trying to get.
So, or really just Mitt, we're pleading not guilty over insanity, and honestly, just people not being really cool, I guess, overreacting, I guess.
So,
But
so your plea is that he's not guilty because one, he's crazy, and two, people are overreacting. That's your plea.
with the right tools, the
Mhm.
right training, and the right help
Mhm.
that he desperately needs, we can reform Mitt into a better one.
Hang on, let me breathe. Hang on. So,
What is so funny?
so your plea is that you think you can make Mitt a better person and properly put him back into society. Is what you're saying. You're saying that he doesn't deserve to be permanent banned, but he needs just some rehabilitation period in order to return back to the land. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
possibly like some community service time or something else
Mhm.
that we can probably try to work out.
Okay.
I definitely think a lifetime ban would be too harsh.
You think that'd be too harsh? Okay. And that is your statement?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we have an ejection from the
Hello, this guy, man.
from the accuser. Was your objection, Turtle?
You didn't swear Goon in.
All right, this is the part where I'm going to call on Mitt. Okay, before we get into the evidence, any proofs or anything like that, I'm going to call on Mitt. Mitt, don't talk yet. I have to swear you in first. I'm going to call you up here on the stage as a witness of the events firsthand, and I want you to tell me your plea and what you want to get out of this. Okay, does that make sense? You can say yes now.
Yes.
All right. We're now sworn in, and you may speak. Mitt, what is your claim today? What do you want out of this? And tell me exactly how you're feeling.
Well, at the current moment, I'm feeling a little stressful, but I would like to plead guilty because I am aware of everything I have done,
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
but I have reasons for what I have done due to my insanity.
So you're pleading insanity, but that you did everything.
Yes,
But what is the outcome you are looking for today?
I'm looking for the jury and all the audiences / Twitch chat to allow me to work on myself so I could eventually come back into the server with open arms.
You said you wanted an opportunity, just to make sure that we all heard it clearly, to change. What have you been doing for the last 6 months?
For the last 6 months, I have been working on myself, become a better citizen of Little Land.
You want to come back to change, or you want to come back to prove that you've changed?
To prove that I have changed.
Okay, because originally you said you want to come back so you can change, and I was like, what have you been doing for 6 months? I just want to clarify that to make sure that's what I heard correctly, and the jury understands exactly what you meant, not what you said.
May I request clarification on what their plea is?
Goon? So you okay?
Non-guilty,
Let me fix this
indeed.
for you, Goon.
Okay.
He's not guilty because of insanity, but even though those actions may have happened, he still needs to pay for them with community service, but it's not his fault because of his mental illness. That's what your claim is.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Moving on, we are now going to move on to the next part of the trial where we're going to start presenting evidence. Our lawyers are going to come up here to the stand, and they're going to be presenting some evidence to prove their point. We are going to be starting with Turtle, and we are going to be showing his evidence first, and then we will give an opportunity for Goon to talk about that evidence and negate that evidence and put an opinion on it. And then we'll go back to Turtle to show more evidence until we get through all of Turtle's evidence. And then we're going to swap over to Goon, and Goon will show an evidence. We'll have some rebuttaling from Turtle's side. And then if Goon really wants Mitt to comment on something, he can allow Mitt to comment as a witness of his own mistakes. And that's how we'll get through the evidence process of this trial. Does everyone in chat understand how this is going to work? Does Goon and Turtle understand how this is going to work?
Of course.
You understand?
Graduated from Harvard.
You did graduate from Harvard. Goon, what kind of law stuff do you have to be representing Mitt?
So it's called have you ever heard of the place known as the internet?
I have
It's a
heard
magical
of the.
place.
That's a choice of words, but okay, go on.
So basically, essentially, there's these websites where you can watch these videos that show you how to be a lawyer.
Oh.
What it like truly means to be a lawyer.
So you watch TikTok Lawyer, and you think you know everything you can cover from it.
I never said it was from TikTok.
Who let this guy in the courthouse? This is what I'm. Mitt, you chose this guy who watched YouTube in order to be your lawyer to combat against someone who graduated from Harvard and got his lawyer's degree.
Imagine if I win against him though, which I am going to. I'm gonna be so
That would be
honest.
insane.
This is
That would
true.
be
This
insane.
is true.
It would make for so much great publicity, and I can promote my products.
You're wait, hang on, Goon. You're. Hang on. You're. This is a publicity stunt for you. So you became his lawyer to get on my stream, so then you could you can promote your products in front of an audience. Is the whole goal
Well,
of this.
not.
Mitt, this is the man you chose to represent you. I appreciate your efforts. You know, having the courage to come in here with next to zero experience and combat a Harvard graduate is honestly, that's impressive. I appreciate the courage.
15-second unskippable ads too.
The
Honestly.
15-second unskippable ads, those go crazy. Honestly, the courage to get through those ads, you know, to get here today is more than my granddad had to go through to get to school. And we know he went through 8 mountains, 14 blizzards, and 8 volcanoes. So, all in all, you're doing great things here. I appreciate your effort coming here to defend Mitt. I'm sure Mitt does too. And I hope for both of you, Turtle and Goon, that whatever your outcome is that you are presenting today, that well, I hope it's in your favor, and whoever may, yeah, it's just gonna be great. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Turtle, are you ready to present your first piece of evidence?
You're gosh darn right I am.
All right, go and drop your
All right.
spill. Tell me when you want to show the evidence, and then you can chat about it.
I would like to show Exhibit A, please.
Exhibit A.
Awesome. So, as you can see in Exhibit A, there's a I'll read it out for you guys. Lexi, a esteemed server moderator, says, "Why do you not listen, Mitt? Come on, man." Mitt replies, "I don't know why." Lexi says back, "You can do it." Mr. Mitt replies, "I wish, but I never did like rules." Now, who but a rule breaker would not like rules? You can see in his message that he has broken rules before, you know, with Lexi calling him out. Not only that, but he also chooses in this conversation to, instead of saying, yeah, I'll follow them in future, just says he doesn't like rules. That's not good person behavior right there. And you can see below, Chloe, another esteemed server moderator, says that Mitt in VC admitted to breaking almost every rule in the server. Every rule is too many rules. And that is all.
Very good. Thank you, Turtle. Goon, would you like to negate this provided evidence today?
Well, to be fair, we're gonna be really honest. How does that prove? Just because someone might have said something, there's no real evidence. At the end of the day, it's just what really happened, what really went down. Maybe Mitt was in the wrong crowd. Maybe he just didn't feel like following the rules. Maybe he just wanted to go home, hop on Little Land, and just have fun. But no, people just always just want to hate on him for no reason. No reason at all.
Is that all you have to say about this first
Boo!
provided piece of evidence? Is that all you have to say, Goon, today about this evidence?
I mean, it's little evidence, so requires little comment.
Oh, Turtle.
It's so much evidence.
It is nothing compared to what I have.
No. Hold on. In the little evidence piece that I showed you there, not only did Mitt admitted to.
You
breaking-
had somebody said that he was. You don't have his actual quotes.
No. I have Mitt saying that, like Mitt saying he broke a rule, and also saying that he doesn't like rules. Rule breakers don't like rules, and rule followers like rules.
So we're going on to our second evidence from Mr. Crazy Turtle Boy 7. Turtle, take it away.
All right, I'd like to make things more interesting and call forward my first witness.
Oh, calling forward a witness today. Here we go. Things are about to get spicy, chat. Things are about to get spicy. Who do you like to call forward today?
I would like to call forward Emma, also known as Dirt Girl.
Emma Dirt Girl is who you're calling for today. I shall bring them in.
So, Emma, are you aware of this Mr. Mitt that is on trial today?
Yes, I am.
And in your opinion, is this Mr. Mitt annoying?
From the little bits I've heard from him, I'd say he is a quite bit irritating, yes.
Alright, and have you ever had any interactions with this Mr. Mitt on the server before?
Not directly. I've been in the server at the same time as him, but no.
I see.
Interesting.
And how about the Minecraft server?
I've-
Have you interacted before on the Minecraft server rather than the Discord?
No, we have not.
Wow. Alright. Not what she said earlier. This isn't going well.
But, wow. So, we have not directly interacted. However, I had logged onto the server earlier, the Minecraft server, and sorry, this is really hard for me to talk about. I had walked over to my house, and I see something. So, for a little context, I had just gotten a new dog. I named him Gibby, and he was a striped wolf. I wanted one for a while and traveled all the way to the wooded Badlands to find him. Once I got him and named him, I logged off. First time I came back, or today, I saw a sign and a chest outside my house. And it said, I can't believe what this said. It said, LOL freaking loser, ugly mutt. And there was a dash under it, and it said Mitt. And the chest, by the sign, it had Gibby's remains, a bone, and dog meat. I'm extremely heartbroken by this because I've wanted this dog for a very long time.
I can't imagine how hard that is for you.
And when I finally get one, Mitt kills him.
Wow. Well, jury and honorable judge of the court, that can only tell us one thing about Mitt's character. That he is a dog murderer and an awful person.
Here is the image that was provided today to show you guys what they are speaking of today. Here's an image on the left. You can see LOL freaking loser ugly mutt dash Mitt next to a chest, and beside that is a chest open with dog meat and a bone. This is allegedly the image that was shown that was found today. Goon, it is your turn to approach the stand and interview our witness here today.
So, where was this chest and sign located exactly?
It was located right in front of my home. As you can see in the background, of those photos. That is my home.
So you said you have no interactions with Mitt, correct?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so
Not any direct
why
ones.
why would he do it then? What's
I have
his
not
motive?
spoken to him directly. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know why
Don't
he
you
would
think
do something
it's
like
a
that.
little odd that he would even know who your dog is when it should be claimed and probably hidden away somewhere?
All of my dogs, they're like they're not really hidden, I'd say. It's
But they
kind of
are
common
inside your
sense
home.
not to kill one of my dogs.
No further questions. That's all.
All right, very nice. Emma, thank you very much for coming in here and being a witness for Turtle today. We greatly appreciate you coming out. Now, moving on to our next piece of evidence. That is how I would like the rest of the witnesses to go along as we invite other witnesses in here. We stay calm, we stay collected, and we just speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help us God. Am I right, boys? Can I get a big W in chat? All right. Moving on, Turtle. Are you ready to present your next piece of evidence against Mitt?
Indeed, I am. I would like to present Exhibit B.
Exhibit B. Alrighty, it is on the screen now.
Little Mac Live, the one and only, says, "Now tell me about Killer Sands." And for those of you that don't know, Killer Sands was an account made by Mitt to join the server and avoid his ban after he had been voted to be banned at a live stream.
And Mr. Mitt responded with, okay, so I know if I tell you the truth, I won't come back. But I made the account so I can be around the people who make me happy. And I'll be okay never speaking to any of those guys again.
So, as you can see there, Mitt openly admits to making this fake account to ban evade. Anyway, another one, Turtle 2.0, me, says, "They know who you are, just don't admit it or they will permaban you." And then Mitt responds with,
What do you mean?
"No, that is in direct contradiction with him previously admitting to the, ban evading. This shows not only is he someone who just breaks the rules all the time, constantly ban evading, but he also is a liar to his closest friends. I was very close at the time, trust me. That is all."
Alrighty. And Goon, how would you like to address the evidence? Goon?
Sorry. It's whispering to my client.
Yep, go ahead.
Mitt, would you like to take this one?
Pause. Before you make any type of decision here, okay? You're letting your client, the defendant, defend himself on this evidence because you think you can't handle it, or because you think they're gonna have a better job defending themselves than you? What's the process here, just so that we're all understanding? You're choosing to let the defendant talk again.
I'm choosing to let him talk because it's his words and it's his emotions. I feel like he can best express that more than anyone can. Because at the end of the day, it's only him in his mind, only him making these choices and only him choosing these. However, I will pull him out if he acts up. So
How would you like to address this evidence that was brought forward
Your
to
Honor,
you?
I would like to say,
You're not talking to me.
how are
You're
we
not talking to me.
aware? Oh,
You're talking to the jury. The jury is your lifeline right now. I don't matter in this scenario. I'm here to make sure everything's going according to plan. You need to make sure you're respecting the jury and their decision, because they have you in their hands right now and your future. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Okay, so you were addressing the jury.
Jury, I would like to say, how are we aware that these happened on the same exact day? Because I sent that image that I sent that when I was typing. Let me rephrase. I sent that image to Turtle. That image where I was talking to Mac. I sent him that image. Oh my god. Okay. I sent him that image because I wanted to be around the people who cared and respected me and made me happy I wanted to be around the people who made me feel like a better person inside. So, I made the account. Just for that. I will admit,
Preach.
I'm fully in the wrong for that. Yes. But it was just so I could hang out with my friends who'd made me feel better about myself. That will be all.
Turtle, please approach the stand.
So your whole thing that you were saying there had really nothing to do with the evidence. You just kept saying how you want to become a better person. How is that in any way related to the evidence that I just showed?
I plead the fifth.
Wow. I would like to present Exhibit C.
Exhibit C is on the screen now.
Alright. So it's a bit jumbled, a bit squashed, but these are 3 testimonies from members of the server that have interacted with Mint before. You may notice, as I read these, that all of them are negative, which is sad to see, but it also shows the the way the people of the server see Mint. Chloe, a respected and esteemed server moderator, said, Mitt has been known to cause chaos where chaos is not needed. As a witness, I have seen him break a large variety of server rules, heard him admit to breaking rules, as well as creating a fake account to evade his ban. On these grounds, I stand for Mitt to be banned. Jax, a regular server member, but highly respected, said, yeah, no. If he made claims of breaking every rule and has proof of that, and then on top of that, making people uncomfortable, he 100% deserves the ban. And then Lix, one of our best Minecraft server players on the server, said, I, Lix, agree with the prosecution on the fact that the defense, Mr. Mitt, should remain banned. The defense has committed several acts against the community, including, but not limited to, disruption of stream, useless commentary in the Discord, harassment or spamming both DMs and publicly, and overall just being an annoyance to both you and everyone around you. It really shouldn't even be a question on why he's banned, let alone if we should unban him. Min has already been banned and unbanned before, yet to this day he remains unable to chat in the Discord. And my point with this is that he is a repeat offender. He's been given a second and third already, why does he deserve a 4th chance? Thank you for your time, I have no further statements. That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Turtle. Goon, comments on this piece of evidence?
Actually, I do. So, all of these people that at least most of these people are high-ranking officials that feel so out of touch with the common man that I feel like they don't understand personally what it is every single day to go into the server and just chat with your friends on the general VCs and play in the Minecraft server world. So they're just looking through this through a perspective which would otherwise be more like less human, less everything. They don't see what really goes behind on what they don't see. Sorry, I'm stuttering. They don't see what happens really on the server. They see reports, they just see this, they see that, but they don't go deep into it. They just see what's happening and they quickly act. But I don't think Mitt I feel like they're just criminalizing him more than anything, honestly. Can someone remind me who Jax is?
Jax is...
Yeah, I can remind you.
Why did you have to object to that? Why did you have to object to say yes? Okay. What does that matter like anything at all?
I would like to sue you for hurting my ears.
Anyway, Chloe is a server moderator on the Discord. Jax is of no moderation status. She's just like a VIP, good Samaritan. And then Lix is mainly active on the Minecraft server, but also, again, no moderator status.
Okay.
So, we're gonna ignore Lix here for a second. Is Jax an official VIP of the server, or
Yes.
is he just?
Jax is in fact an official VIP on Twitch and on Discord. And they have been around for probably 2.5 to 3 years.
I like that phrase you used earlier, problems and issues. Mitt is problems and issues, and therefore should not be in the server.
Anything you have to say against that?
You
Good?
gonna respond to that sick burn?
Are you gonna respond to me slapping you?
Ho, 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 calm down.
That's
Calm down. Moving on. Are you ready, Turtle, to present your next piece of evidence?
I think so. It's another witness, but he's currently
Oh?
not in the VC.
All right. Golden Tombstone, you are now under oath. Anything you say here is in front of God and everyone here. Turtle, you may now interview your witness.
All right. Have you had any interactions with Mitt before?
Yes, I had one interaction with him on the Minecraft server.
And how did it go?
It was a little scarring.
How so?
Well, I joined the server as everyone did at one point. I am fairly new to the server, of course, and I went to set up my Minecraft base. I went to set up my Minecraft base a little bit away from spawn, close to I think it was like a river or something. And I went mining for some materials and stone to build my house, and I made sure to get my my cactus to put on my crafting table in a little pot, like Stampy Longhead used to do
That's cute. That's
in his
cute.
YouTube videos. And I came back from mining, and he broke my cactus and took it. And he also, I had stored up some cobblestone to build my house, and he took that too.
How could he? It's
And
awful.
And when I went to craft some things, I think I needed some torches or something. He went up right behind me and crouched, and then uncrouched repeatedly. He gave me back shots
That is so cruel. Without permission?
without permission, no nothing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's
I-
thievery. Taunting.
I-
Borderline
After this
rape.
encounter, I shortly left the server, and I have yet to return.
On top of all those awful things, he lost Mac a viewer. Gasp.
I used to
Alright.
watch him on my Twitch on my phone, and put him on YouTube on my television. So I'd give him double views.
Do you watch him anymore?
I do watch him on Twitch, yes,
Not the double views. Oh my god.
but no longer the double views.
Truly awful. Alright. That is all.
Golden Tombstone. You said your base was located outside of spawn.
Yes, a little ways outside of spawn. I don't remember the exact coordinates, as I have not returned to the Minecraft
Okay.
server since.
And is this your first base?
Yes, it was my first base that I was gonna try and make. How I usually do. I usually make it bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Okay. So, have you played on the server before making the base, or is this like you just joined it?
I just joined, and I did the average person thing where I wander for a little bit and search for a nice spot to build my base. But
Okay.
I don't remember exactly the coordinates, so I couldn't tell you. But I do remember it was by a body of water.
Why wasn't
Yeah.
your base claimed?
I usually like to have friends over a little bit, and I personally don't know him, so I left my base unclaimed so we could have a couple of shenanigans around. But then this stranger shows up. He does these horrible, terrible things.
What does spawn look like?
I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell you because I've been playing with my brother a lot in Minecraft as well. But I've also
Okay.
been working my way through platinum in Marvel Rivals. I'm pretty good. You should invite me sometime.
Okay, so I have a I have another question. Do you, when you leave spawn, right? Did you just walk to your base?
No,
Did
and
you just like just
realistically,
started wandering off straight from out of spawn?
yes, I did. I mean, how else are you supposed to go anywhere else? Yeah, I went other places.
Interesting. So, you joined the server, and you walked. Nothing else. Just walked to your to find a base.
Well, I did go through a little bit of the Nether, but that's beside the point.
Okay, so actually, the world spawn is in the end. And you cannot get to the overworld unless either doing a command or pressing a button. And you just said you walked to your base. So I am doubting your credibility that you even built a base or even joined the server in the first place.
May I butt in here, Your Honor?
No. Goon, go on.
Wow.
And you said, and then you said later he did what? He did what to you?
He gave me back shots.
Okay. You? That did not happen? How can we trust you after you saying that and just lying to not only to me, but to the judge, the jury, and everyone in this courtroom actually?
Golden
Did you take an
Tombstone,
oath?
were you on the server ever?
Didn't you take an oath?
Remember, you are under oath. Were you ever on the
I
server?
did go. Actually, no, I wasn't. I lied.
Interesting.
But I do know that this guy is a rule breaker. And I am aware that he may not like to play by the rules.
Turtle, you
I
may
know
speak
this
your truth.
personally.
Okay, so this guy had come up to me before the trial and said, "Hey Turtle, can I be one of your witnesses? I know so much about Goon. He gave me back shots."
That is true. I did say that.
You said you know so much
I
about
had
Goon,
no
and
idea.
Goon gave you back shots. Is that what you're saying, Golden?
I know he knew
I
so
Hey,
much about
what?
Mitch.
Turtle, Turtle, be
100%
quiet.
back
Turtle, be
shots.
quiet. Golden, you.
I said Mitch.
Shush,
Bro.
Turtle, shush.
You said goon.
Golden Tombstone, you went to Turtle and you told him and you lied to his face and said, Goon gave me back shots. Let me be on trial. Is that what you said?
You see, innocence. Yes, I know
You
a lot
went
of
at you
people.
DM'd Turtle and said, Goon gave me back shots. I want to be a witness. That's what you said. Bar for bar.
Along those lines.
Whose trial are we here for today? Is it Goon's, Turtle's, or CJ's?
Honestly, I think CJ.
So this,
It
so
seems like you
so
don't
so
even
the
know
so the,
why
hey,
you're
whoa,
here.
hang on. So the person that you're here that we're accusing here is in fact CJ, right?
No, I'm kidding.
Who is it?
I
It's not
I
CJ.
know
If it's not
that-
CJ, then who is it? Tell
Not
me.
CJ. No, it's good. It's 100%.
It's Goon. Okay, just making sure that I'm right. Turtle's witness thinks that Goon is on trial right now, and Goon gave him back shots. Please leave this call. Please leave this call immediately. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm here trying to provide a normal, decent, well-maintained courtroom. Okay? I bring in Harvard graduates, allegedly. Turtle says he is. We have no proof of this. It doesn't really matter. We just believe him every word he says. Apparently, we brought in Goon, who watched a YouTube video to defend Mr. Mitt, one of the most esteemed band members of my community ever. I brought in an entire jury, okay, of people who have time that they can't get back. Okay, we got Stars and CJ both sitting in call right now, just listening to this. You know, spending their time here for the sake of the community. And this man, who I don't even know what his name was, Golden some stoner, comes in here and is lying. Puts his hand on the Bible. He put his hand on the Bible. He made an oath, chat, that he would tell the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, in front of God and a witness. And that man lied, okay? He came in here causing problems just for what? This 5 seconds of fame? If you ever watched the Johnny versus Heard court hearing, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard court hearing, there was a moment there where the defense attorney asked the witness, "Are you here simply for your 15 seconds of fame?" And he said, "Well, I could say same thing about you defending Amber Heard because she's such a terrible client." That's how I felt in that moment. Okay, this man comes out of nowhere, joins the show, has no idea who even the defendant is claiming to be a witness of something that Mitt did. He not only slandered Mitt's name, okay, he drew it out. He said that Mitt stole from him. He said that Mitt assaulted him. He made false claims about Mitt assaulting him, albeit on the Minecraft server. And that is just not okay. That's not something that I think is okay or acceptable at all in any way, shape, or form. It's just not okay. And that man should be ashamed of himself for lying on Mr. Mitt. No matter whether I think this client is guilty or innocent in this scenario, what I think they deserve, no one deserves to have someone slander, belittle, or lie on their name about something that they did. I don't approve of that. And I hope that y'all can all understand the exact same way. Okay, does that make sense? All right, recess is over. I'm going back to my people now. The next section we're going to be moving on to, we are now done with Turtle's evidence/witnesses. Goon will now provide any evidence that they'd like to present, bring on any witnesses they would like to talk with, and any points that they would like to share today. Goon, the show is yours. What would you like to present first?
I would like to present evidence number 2.
Evidence number 2. It is now being displayed on screen. Would you like to read that for me and then discuss the evidence?
Okay. Hey, blank, I need to tell you something. I did something bad. I hurt a lot of people in the process. And no, I didn't kill anyone or physically hurt them. It was mentally. Why? Well, it was because after I was hurting so much after blank, and I stopped taking my pills, or the pills, my therapist prescribed to me, because I didn't want to be a pauper nor a person who is reliant on their pills. Where did I do it? I had done it at the Little Mac Minecraft Discord server. I want to apologize. All the time they see me and they think of me as a criminal. Mitt. And this is an official transcript.
Mitt, are these your words?
These are my words.
All right, thank you, Mitt.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are seeing a person here who wants to do right in the world. A person who really wants to just casual, just hang out with his friends on a Minecraft Discord server. But no, we have to waste time, put him in jail, and do all this extra stuff for things that, honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I'm feeling like this all leads down to corruption of moderators and other miscellaneous stuff. Mitt himself is a person who wants to do right in the world, but people like Turtle and the other moderators, I can't say for all of them because some of them are good, but for the other moderators, I feel like they're just not getting the full story.
What a yap fest. Womp womp, make IRL friends, socialize, and maybe touch grass perhaps. Anyway, moving on. What was that what was that statement pertaining to? Why didn't it make that statement? Was it to someone? Why were some parts blurred out? It's just a bit suspicious.
He was messaging a friend, and we blurred out some of the stuff, so...
Did Mitt not admit to hurting other people in the server mentally in the transcript?
Maybe he just feels bad.
No, that wasn't the question. Yes or no, did Mitt admit to hurting other people mentally in the transcript?
Yes, he did.
Why would a good person, a good Samaritan, a good member of a Discord server hurt the other members mentally? Hardly seems like good member behavior right there. IMO.
Maybe because
FRFR.
no one is perfect, Turtle. No one can wake up and be so perfect as that shell on your back, man. Honestly, like Mitt himself, maybe he does some wrong things sometimes. Maybe he does. but it's nothing to do all of this for.
This is gonna remind me of Okay, what this seems like to me is you're saying, "Oh yeah, we're guilty, but we're sorry. We're sorry, Your Honor. We're sorry. Don't prosecute us. We're sorry for what we did." Is that what's going on here?
I'm gonna hit you.
Violence,
I'm
physical violence,
I'm about to
physical
climb over
violence.
this desk. Instead of evidence, I would like to call a witness.
Call your witness to the stand. I like to see it. I like to see it. Who would you like to call to the stand today?
Sam.
Sam, thank you for swearing in. Now you are under oath. Anything you say here better be the truth. Otherwise, there will be lawful consequences taken against you if proven that they are lies. We have had one witness today who did spread a whole bunch of lies and slander. Did not appreciate that. So I'm hoping you're going to be a better witness for the sake of the defense. Goon, you may address the stand and address your witness here today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course.
So, Sam, have you had any interactions with Mr. Mitt?
Yes, I have. Ever since I joined this so great server, I have been acquaintances with this great Mitt. We have many talks and great adventures we had.
Okay. Have you met on the Minecraft server specifically, or any other game, or just chatting?
We have met in the Minecraft server and
What
had
were y'all
the
doing?
greatest of times together.
What were y'all doing?
Playing Minecraft, of course. Sometimes he would ask to have access to my chests, and I was always curious why. And during the newer server, he asked for me to give him money. And I was like, why shall I give you these things? Curious I was.
I would be curious too. Goon?
Your Honor, the defendant is clearly high.
He's not. He has
Sam,
the-
you're under oath. Remember that you are under a promise to God. Are you on any substances in my court right now?
No, sir, I am not.
You
I
have
am
not smoked any of the
underage and
Zaza.
taking this. No Zaza has been smoked.
You have not put any liquor or alcoholic beverage in your body.
I have framed to not drink the beverages I so want.
So you are under oath, 100% sober in my courtroom right now.
Sober, and everything I say is the absolute truth.
Okay, well, I still think he's high, but I'll ask him a few questions anyway.
Okay, well.
So, Sam, Mitt's taken money from you, has he?
He has not, as I rejected him from taking the money.
But he did.
It
How
was
much did he ask for it,
very-
may I ask?
I believe he asked around $5 to $10. It was right after I became a star commander.
And this is real life money?
Real life money. He asked if I
Wow.
could cash up him, and I told him no.
So this shows that Mitt is clearly someone who uses his friends for personal gain.
But he
I
didn't
believe.
go.
I believe
Goon, I'm questioning right now,
that
thank you. Do you believe that if you had offered him the $5 to $10, he would have taken it?
I believe that if I did offer, he would have taken it because he can trust me with what I say.
Wow. And you also said that he wanted access to your chests in the Minecraft server, correct?
Thus, we do like playing pranks on each other from time to time, and I recently gained an item which I do not remember what it was, but gained an item that he wanted. Thus, I believe he was gonna pull a little funny.
By funny, do you mean steal the item from you? Whether you would have been mad or not, Sam, that is exactly what he was being.
Mad? No, but I would have laughed at the hilarious joke he has pulled upon me.
But he was stealing from you.
He
Hardly
was
seems
stealing
like
from
a
me.
laughing matter.
And I believe he would have had returned it if I requested it.
I just think the whole stealing thing tells you a lot about Mitt's character. That is all.
All
You know what I believe? You know what I believe deep in my heart? Want to know what I believe, Turtle?
Deep in your holes.
What do you believe deep in your holes, Goon?
I believe that sometimes people like being funny. And if the prank is played on somebody like Sam, who knew he would eventually just give it back to him, and whether it was just a fun time, I feel like this is just throwing thief out there for no apparent reason other than to woo the jury. May I remind you, the very intelligent jury, such as Stars and CJ, over by
Glaze.
your dumb logic.
Sustained.
My dumb logic. So we've resulted to childhood insults.
Well, if you use such dumb reasons, I might as well dumb down to your level.
Wow. Rude.
Maybe then you'll finally understand it and make it get into your small head of what the real stakes are here.
Your Honor, need I say a third time that this defense attorney clearly hates me and wants me to die?
What is your final thoughts on Mitt, and do you think that he is clinically insane?
I believe Mint has a lot of problems. Problems which friends should be there to help him with.
Yes, I agree.
And I
Mint has
believe he
problems.
should be allowed to return to the server and get unbanned.
Breach!
All right. Thank you much, Mr. Sam. I appreciate you coming out here. It takes a lot of courage to get up here on the stand and represent someone such as Mitt, so I appreciate you having that courage.
Call Kale.
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 Kale, as your witness.
Yes. Yes.
In the words of John Cena, are you sure about that?
I am very sure.
Okay. The floor is yours.
So, Kale, I believe that you said you could debunk some of Turtle's witnesses and maybe evidence.
Pause. You brought him to be a second defense attorney? Is that what you did?
No.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's legal for a witness to comment on previously closed evidence.
If Goon asks questions in regard to those evidence, Kale can respond to those.
Do you know anything about Turtle's first witness?
Remind me who that was again.
It was like that dirt girl.
That dirt girl?
Yeah.
Emma,
Yeah,
the one you just promised on, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, we've been brought 2 new unknown evidence that we were not aware of prior to this court hearing starting. Let it be known this is to be taken with a grain of salt and was not in the official evidence file, but yet is some interesting introspective things in regards to our witnesses today.
So, in passing, conversation with my dear friend Emma, who I so sadly have to go against for my morals. She says, on the one that's in the top right above my head, I asked her if she was ready to get hit with contempt of court for the manufacturing of evidence, when she told me that the dog wasn't killed by Mitt.
Mitt kills him, kills him, kills him, kills him.
And was manufactured by Turtle for her to present. She didn't know Mitt during her time. And I knew that too, before we even talked about this case. She never had a conversation with Mitt, besides for a few maybe in passing, or things she has heard about Mitt from me and our friends. I do not claim to like Mitt. He can be annoying. However, I do not believe that that makes him a bad person. Turtle has committed evidence fraud, and it has been said by Emma, I'll hit them with the Turtle made me, and the can always be someone framing him, but I'm a mere witness, and I did not know it was him, saying she did not know that the dog being slaughtered was actually Mitt. And Mac, I have another piece of evidence in a video format for you to play.
Oh my gosh!
I'm coming. Silence! Silence in the court. Silence in the court. While I adhere to this new evidence that's been found today.
So that was as a peer and a logician, and now I have it as a Minecraft professional.
Oh my gosh. And so you are attesting that Emma's witness should be stricken from the record for falsified evidence.
Yes, as well as the dude who said he was given back shots by both Goon and Mitt when he said Mitt first, changed it to Goon, and then made it become both.
All right, this is a clip by Kale Chill, proving that you cannot kill animals no matter what.
So, as you can see, I'm loading in. Golden shovel in hand, for reasons. I go over and I try to pick up one of these cats. You cannot because they belong to Goose, my good friend Chloe. And then I try to claim the ground I'm standing on, proving it is not claimed by Chloe. I try to hit the cat, and the cat cannot be hit because it's Chloe's. In my land, I am able to kill anything I desire. However, I cannot kill someone else's pet.
Bye,
Bye,
Kale.
Kale.
Thank you for your time, Kale.
Thank you.
All right. Now, all the evidence has been brought forward in the prosecution of Mitt versus Little Land. All the witnesses have been questioned, and now the decision is up to the jury. I will accept no further comments or questions from any of the members on the panels or Mitt himself as the jury decides on what they will do. Either Mitt will be banned forever or will be accepted back under conditions. During this time, CJ and Stars are in fact discussing whether or not Mitt should be banned. Now, I tried to be as completely like not like in putting myself in, but honestly, it's my community. I obviously am gonna have opinions on these things, and I hope that either side, no matter who wins, if he gets banned or unbanned, either way, I hope that it all works out in the best way. I hope everyone has fun. I think it's pretty fun. The decision has been made, so I am open to comment. Before we get into the actual verdict, though, Turtle was way more professional. Had a lot of evidences, had witnesses, whether they were good or not. But I felt like he was lacking. I felt like his evidence was lacking the meat I was expecting because, listen, Mitt has broken so many dang rules. So many rules. And if it was any other person that I didn't know, they'd be banned 10 times over. You know, if we're being completely fair. They've been banned 10 times over, broke so many rules, made so many people uncomfortable, you know, said things. So, like, I think there was more evidence there that could have been brought to the table, but I think Turtle wanted to keep it more lighthearted, not so serious, and bring up some like serious issues, so I can respect that. Goon was not prepared at all, but Goon did great. He's young, you know, he doesn't have that Harvard, background like Turtle does. But all in all, I think they both did really good with presenting their teams. Mitt was very respectable in the way that he was quiet and didn't interrupt as much. And all in all, the witnesses were great, and I had a good time. But it's time to decide: will Mitt be banned? Or will he be accepted back with open arms? It's a good question. Here we go. I am now undeafened.
Oh.
All right. Tonight is the night. CJ, if you'd please present the jury's final decision.
After much deliberation, and in regards to all the evidence brought forth during this trial, it was one full of twists, trials, tribulations, deceit, and lots of zany antics. We, the jury, find the defendant, Mr. Mitt, not guilty.
Let's
and that
go.
He has served his time.
Let's
should be brought back.
Goon, calm down. Calm down.
Sorry.
I hereby decree that in the term of the trial of Mitt versus Little Land, there will be no punishments, and he'll be accepted and unbanned and returned back to the community as a fellow Discord member.
Okay.
Thank you very
Can I
much.
talk, boy?
You can talk.
Victory.
Okay. Anyways.
That's what's up.
Anyways, I left the call. I'm your judge. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Like, I can say that I hate women.